A day America cannot forget. On a dreadful day of December 14, 2012, an American citizen named Adam Lanza shot and killed 20 innocent children and 6 staff members at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Newtown, Connecticut, and later committed suicide by shooting himself. Hello and welcome to another episode of Yucky, and today we will know all about Adam and his mass murder of innocent children. So who was Adam Lanza? Well, he is known as the guy who killed 26 people. There is no other introduction of Adam. He is believed to have shot his mother, Nancy Lanza, in the head at her home in Newtown, Connecticut on December 14, 2012, before traveling to the nearby Sandy Hook Elementary School, where he committed the most fatal of the fatal crimes that could be committed. Whether he was ashamed or it was an easy way out to escape prison, he later shot himself in the head. Adam Peter Lanza was born in Exeter, New Hampshire on 22 April 1992. Lanza's mother Nancy was a former stockbroker and longtime gun enthusiast. Friends and neighbors said she took her son to the gun range to avoid leaving him alone, but she was responsible with weapons. Adam was an introvert, quiet and a socially awkward guy, unlike his mother, who was outgoing and easily made friends. Nancy married Peter, a successful executive, in 1981. The couple divorced in 2009 when Adam was 16 years old. Thereafter, Peter reportedly relocated to Stamford, Connecticut, and agreed to pay annual alimony of $240,000 with periodic increases. Adam had been a weird kid since his childhood. He was described by classmates as being deeply troubled. According to some of his friends and family members, he had also been diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome. When Adam was 13, Peter and Nancy took him to a psychiatrist who gave a diagnosis of Asperger's syndrome. Asperger's syndrome is a developmental disorder. Young people with Asperger's syndrome have a difficult time relating to others socially, and their behavior and thinking patterns can be rigid and repetitive. Peter and Nancy finally knew what they were up against. Before going to the psychiatrist, they had no idea what was wrong with their beloved son. Why their son is socially awkward, had very few friends, and had a rebellious nature. Now they had something to blame: Asperger's syndrome. But Adam was stubborn and never accepted the diagnosis. When Adam was 14, Peter and Nancy took him to a child study center for further diagnosis. The psychiatrist who assessed Adam reported that he was a pale, gaunt, awkward young adolescent, standing rigidly with downcast gaze and declining to shake hands. He also reported that Adam had relatively little spontaneous speech, but responded in a flat tone. And people who suffer from autism often avoid eye contact because of them. Listening to voices and looking at people's faces at the same time might get a bit overwhelming. You can judge Adam as a weird kid by his answers. Upon being asked his 3 wishes he wished, whatever was granted, the wishes would not exist. The doctor also noticed signs of obsessive-compulsive disorder. Adam refused to touch metal objects such as doorknobs and didn't like his mother to touch them either because he feared contamination. Adam was growing very weird for his mother. So weird that you can't even describe it. Parents were unclear if Adam sees his mother as a friend, as a normal woman, as an angel, or God knows what. He did not like it if his mother leaned on anything in the house. He said it's improper. He was also intolerant of his mother if she brushed by his chair. He objected to her new high-heel boots because they were too loud. If she walked in front of him in the kitchen, he would insist she redo it. Adam had made his mother a prisoner in her own home. By 2008, when Adam turned 16 and was going to school only for occasional events, Nancy's emails described his escalating misery. He had a horrible night. He cried in the bathroom for 45 minutes and missed his first class. I'm hopeful that he pulls together in time for school this afternoon, but it is doubtful. He's been sitting with his head to one side for over an hour doing nothing. Adam had a rough night. He moved everything out of his room last night. He only kept his bed and wardrobe cabinet. And the situation kept on getting worse. In the fall of 2009, Adam's parents finally divorced. One provision of the divorce was that Peter buy Adam a car. Peter bought him a Honda Civic and taught him to drive, and according to Peter, his son was the most cautious driver on the face of the earth. Peter would never worry about Adam's breaking rules of any kind. He did feel that Adam was losing interest in him, but it didn't strike Peter as something to worry about, as he lost interest in his parents while growing up as well. During that year, Adam developed his private obsession with killing. He started editing Wikipedia entries on various well-known mass murderers and seems to have been well informed. But although there was still no outward signs of violent tendencies, he was becoming even harder to deal with. Nancy wrote to Peter that Adam would sometimes close his door when she tried to talk to him. Adam was a disturbed kid all along. He never settled anywhere. His list of colleges started with Cornell, for which he clearly didn't have the academic record. Then he showed interest in the military and asked to join the army upon his 18th birthday. But when the time came, Adam didn't sign up. Peter took Adam to visit Norwich University, which has a military program, but they concluded that Adam should take classes at Norwalk Community College, near Stamford, before attempting campus life anywhere. Adam wanted to take 5 classes, but Peter said it was more than he could cope with and suggested 2 classes that they could work on together. Peter went to pick him up for a weekend visit, and Adam refused to go. It was September 2010, the last time Peter saw his son. By 2011, Nancy's messages had grown worse. In October, a little more than a year before the shootings, Adam was doing very well and had become quite independent over the last year, according to his mother. He even started talking about going back to school. There was a ray of hope again for Adam's parents, but lest they knew what their son was about to commit in the following year. Peter's final communication from Nancy, the month before the shootings, was about buying Adam a new computer. Peter wanted to give it to Adam personally. Nancy said she'd discuss it with Adam after Thanksgiving. According to Peter, he wanted to do everything he could for his son, but Nancy was doing way more than she could. Peter was convinced that Nancy had no idea how dangerous their son had become. A weirdly annoying thing about Adam was that he did not regard his mother at all. The efforts that his mother was putting in for him, he killed her in return. Once Nancy asked him if he'll become sad if something were to happen to her. He replied no. Also, a Word document was found on Adam's computer titled as selfish, describing how women are inherently selfish. I mean, such a disrespect towards everything his mother was doing for him. On the morning of the 14th of December 2012, Peter was at lunch when he got the news of the massacre. By that time, the news was circulating that there were 2 shooters, 20 and 24 years old. Adam and his brother were 20 and 24 at the time of the shooting. Moments later, it was revealed that the shooter had attended the school. Peter got more and more affirmative that Adam was the shooter. Peter turned on the television, and the news was identifying Ryan as the shooter. But Peter knew that it was Adam. He called Shelley, his second wife, and screamed that it is Adam and not Ryan. All of this confusion was because Adam was carrying Ryan's ID card. Ryan approached the police with his arms up and said, "I didn't do it." He was taken to a police station, so Peter and Shelley headed there too. They were questioned for a couple of hours and then made to wait for 2 more before they were allowed to even see Ryan. Eventually, they headed to New Hampshire to arrange Nancy's funeral and had to dodge the news media, which wanted to cover it. You must be wondering what they had done about a funeral for Adam. Well, no one knows about it, and I don't think no one will ever know about it. For a long period of time, the real reasons for Adam to commit this massacre remained unknown. Until recently, it was revealed that Adam did all of this for his immense love for children. That's right, as ironic as it may sound, he loved children to a level that he did not want to see them grow old and suffer the hardships of the world and get raped and betrayed and misled by the society. So instead, to save the children from all this, he took their lives so he could save them. And the reason for killing the staff? Well, collateral damage. Reasons for killing his mother? Well, a selfish woman has no right to live. And the reason for killing himself? Well, a killer should be punished. I mean, it gets worse as you think more of it. Later on, a YouTube channel was also discovered under the name Cultural Philistine. The postings of the channel are very much similar to the thoughts and ideas of Adam, and it is now being considered to be owned by Adam. Adam Lanza was a terrorist for an unknowable cause who committed 3 distinct atrocities. He killed his mother, he killed himself, he killed children and adults he'd never met before. There are many crimes which most people resist committing because they are afraid of the law. But the reason that almost no one shoots 20 random children isn't self-restraint, but it's that there is no level at which the idea is attractive. Imagine the mind to which killing of the innocent children is attractive. Anyway, God forbid us and save us all from committing or being victims of such acts. Well, that's it for today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Take care.